What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. We are back. We are live-ish in the Lego Lounge. Lego light is on. Peeps, as promised, I'm back with the review of the Mattel Brickshop 1968 Hot Wheels Custom Camaro. Boy, that's a mouthful. Set number JFT16, 289 pieces, set at an age range of 10 plus. And there's a lot I could say. Mattel, Brickshop, Hot Wheels, Hot Ones, Camaro, Chevy. I mean, there's so much on this box. They went all out on the titling. So, peeps, I'm going to try not to waste any time. We will get a quick dad joke in, though, because it's fun. Yo, y'all seen these talking bouquets they've got now? And it's wild what happens when you put tulips in a vase. All right, let's jump into it. So, let's go through it. I think if you guys watched part one, you know, the build, you would have already seen that I was trying to hold back my excitement, but man, this was a really great build, guys. So I'm just jumping into it. Appearance, it's so good. Now this box is a little bit damaged because Target did a pretty terrible job of packaging this, but the box looks so cool. You got the car all on the front, you know, all the Hot Wheels logo and everything. It looks great all the way around. Side views, you got little scales. This is a 1/32nd scale. I believe this is a 1/64th scale, if I remember correctly. Little blueprint type deal going on in the back here. I mean, the whole thing looks phenomenal. All your car was originally up here in this window, plus your extra rims, your tires, all of that nice and on display when you get the box. I really like that factor. Knocking stuff around over here. The book, the manual, looks really, really good. I'll cover that a little more when I get into build experience, but yeah, it's nice, bright colors, lines, and all the good stuff. Plus, there's throughout the manual, like right at the beginning, there's some history of Camaro. There's talking about a little bit of history of how this set came together, and just various different things throughout the manual. There's a little, and I'll probably talk about them, or at least throw them up on the screen as the review goes on, just showing different things that they pointed out in the manual that were pretty neat. The car itself looks great. Now, I compare this to a Speed Champions in terms of size, number of pieces. As you can see, it fits nicely in the palm of my hand. It's a really, really good size car for what you're getting, right? You're not buying a Technic masterpiece. It's just a fun little car. So it looks super cool. I took notes, so I'm going to try to stick to them. I'm already off my script. I wrote this out and I'm not following it. So, printed pieces. Love all the printed pieces. There's printed pieces all over this. As you can see, all the painting on here. So the pieces are all green, but anything that's not green for the most part, you know, obviously gray pieces here and there, but all the white stripes, the black stripes, this is all printing. It's beautiful. Camaro on the side, printing. These little, oh, I don't have the top camera pulled up. Good job, MC. Boom. You know, these little dots on the side. I'm not a car guy, so don't get mad at me. I don't really know what these represent, but I'm guessing some sort of exhausting or heat relief. Maybe it's venting for the engine, but they look really cool. Your door handles printed on. Just a bunch of cool little things all around, all printed. It does come with a sticker pack. You don't have to use it. This is just for customizing it. If you want it to look like a race car, you can throw on these stickers however you want. I put no stickers on this because it looks great the way it is. I'm not tarnishing this thing. I don't like stickers as it is, but it was already so well done. It matches the Matchbox car, or sorry, the Hot Wheels car, same company. But yeah, I left it as is. All the printing, so phenomenal. I love this, the way they did this. So if you look at the Hot Wheels car, goodness, I should just leave it up. You can see the back window is tinted. This little air spoiler on the back of the window is tinted. The front window is tinted. They did a decent job of mimicking that. Now these are obviously not black, but they're smoky. Now they didn't do that with the front windshield. I kind of wish they had, just to match the Hot Wheels a little better, but so minor. The metallic rims. Now they do have an option to do just the straight up plastic rims. These are supposed to be like the racing rims, and these are supposed to just be like regular road rims. I liked the metallic rims. I'm going with metallic every time. Let's see, the dashboard. I think I took a picture. If I did, I'll throw it up on there, but the dashboard is printed. These headlights up front, these headlights are yellow, just yellow circles, but they have printing. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Come on. Anyways, there's printing on the headlights to make it look like a classic headlight. It's got the little ribs in it. The steering wheel is a little racing steering wheel. It's flat on one side and round the rest of the way around. No printing or anything on that, but it still looks really, really cool. These side exhausts, oh man, check these out, okay? So if you see it from this angle, kind of hard to tell, but it just looks like the normal, it looks like the same finish, right? This plastic gray finish. But if you look at it from the top, and there was even a note in the book about it, this is a metallic finish on the outside. It's a plastic piece, but when you catch the light right, it looks like metallic exhausts coming out the side. Another thing I thought was really cool, there's actually a backseat area. They put some smoothed out curved tiles to make it look like there's an actual back seat. So if you're short enough, you could slide the seats forward like the old school cars. You two-door cars, you pop that seat forward, slide it forward, and you fight your way in the back. And if you're 6'1" like me, it sucked. Let's see, the shape and the color are spot on. I mean, you can see here the way, you know, it's got that long nose. It's got the normal size cab, the shorter rear end. It's boxy, but also curvy at the same time. Like big muscle tires. They're wide grip tires. I love that. I love it, man. The look is spot on. The tricks they use to get this hood, the hood scoop. Oh God, love it. It is phenomenal. It is a classic muscle car. Like whether or not you like Chevy, Ford, Dodge, you got to respect the look of these old classic muscle cars. They knew what they were doing back then, and they really nailed it with this set. I love it. And, I can't say enough good about it. So appearance, I mean, A+, you know, maybe an A. I don't know. I'm sure there's minor things, like even this front, I did it again. Even this front grill area, look at, you got all the grills. I'm not 1,000% sure I understand what this is. Again, I'm not a car expert, okay? I just like what I like. I'm a visual guy. But it said something in here about external, in the instructions about external turbochargers. I'm thinking that maybe what that is, but I don't know, y'all. So please don't hate me in the comments. I just don't know mechanics like that. Me and mechanics, I took my ASVAB when I was 18 years old. Mechanics was my lowest category by a lot, but I just like the way that front end looks. Oh, and it started focusing on the headlights. There you go. Look at that headlight. God, I love it. It's so good. So, oh, wrong one. Anyways, appearance, dead on, top notch. I love it. Minifigs, there's no minifigs. So moving on, not even gonna waste time on it. Build experience. Okay, so directions were great. I just have to say that right off the top. And I got the digital directions because you guys know I like digital directions. And if you didn't see my previous video where I showed you where you can go to get the Mattel Brickshop directions, go check out this link. You can go back and watch it. But yeah, it's the digital directions are out there. Even the paper directions, so good. They have all the little boxes. They're yellow boxes. As you can see, there's little yellow boxes around all the pieces, but there's also plenty of arrows to make it very clear where they're trying to put stuff. There was 1 or 2 steps, like nothing crazy, where I was like, but then by the time I got to the next step, I could usually figure out what they were trying to say. There's a couple pieces in here, occasionally where there's 2 different, they look the same, but there's 1 stud difference. One is a little bit longer. They give you the little green check mark, this is the one, or the red X saying, nope, don't use this one. You know, there was, in the beginning, it was a lot of black, but it was not hard to follow because they put those nice big yellow boxes around things. Make it very clear. Again, just like before, they have their nice big red arrow telling you turn this around to the different direction. I gotta be honest, and this is coming from a guy that complains about instructions a lot. These were some of the best instructions I think I've ever worked with, and that's across all companies that I've dealt with. Okay, so let me just be very clear about that. I've not built every brick company ever, but all the colors were very real to what I was looking at. I looked at the picture, I looked at the pieces, they matched. There was no like, oh, is it this gray or this gray? Is it this green or this green? It was very obvious. It matched the way it should. And I commend you for that, Mattel. All right. Okay, I said that already. Okay, so if you guys do recall my previous build with Mattel Brickshop, the Mercedes, my biggest complaint, right, was the tightness of the bricks. They were tight to a point that it was often very difficult to get them to snap together, but B, the other problem I had was they were so tight that they were almost, and this is just me theorizing, I don't have any proof of this, I didn't pull out a micrometer or anything to try to measure, that's a big word, I don't even know if that's the right word. I didn't pull out any sort of measuring tool to see, I don't know. My theory is that original wave of Mattel Brickshops. So let me back this up 2 steps. The first Mattel anything I ever built was the Red Rocket diner thing from that game whose name I can't, Fallout. It's the Fallout Red Rocket diner, right? That is Mega Bloks, but Mega Bloks is owned by Mattel. One of the biggest problems with that set is some of the pieces were extremely loose. Okay, then I got onto the Mercedes. The pieces were extremely tight. So again, my theory is Mattel went, okay, we had problems with Mattel or with Mega Bloks. They were too loose. Let's tighten them up. Then they went too tight. I think with wave 2 of the Mattel Brickshop, they finally figured it out. All right, this was too loose. This was too tight. We finally figured it out. I had 1 or 2 pieces, you know, that were like, all right, and I got it. But overall, everything was so smooth. But I sidetracked on my talk. But I think my theory is that the tubes inside of the original Wave 1 bricks were maybe just a smidge too small. And it was forcing, it was almost like they could not get in, the studs could not get in the tubes far enough. And it was almost like they were forcing their way out. You would put them on and they would come apart anyway. How are these so tight, but still coming apart? So again, just a theory. I have no proof, but that's my thoughts. Bottom line, the bricks went together very well on this set. I had, again, next to no issues. 1 or 2 bricks, and nothing has come apart. Everything has stayed together So very happy with that. They had some neat build techniques. I took a picture. I'll throw it up on the screen. I like the way they designed the seats because, again, this is very small, very simple set. But they did some cool tricks to get a seat look. They have some pieces. Again, I'll throw pictures up on the screen. So it's like a Lego plate, you know, or any brand, brick brand plate. It's very thin, and they even had a blurb in there about it. They said they specifically designed these plates to be so that they can do very fine detailing. You can see some of them are on the bottom of the car here. So it gives this smooth look, but it doesn't bulk up the car at all. They use those same pieces on the seats in here. So it's a very thin back, and then they've got a couple rounded pieces that just give a very clean seat look. And then they used, again, I'll show the picture on the screen, but they used these specific bricks that click together, and then they just went into a jumper plate. And that was it, and it looks like a seat. It came out so nice. It's not fancy, but again, it's a very small car, and they managed to capture a real look of a seat in a car of this size. I thought that was awesome. I love some of the techniques. Even these doors. I just read about it today. These pieces that they used for the doors are almost like those thinner plates. They're a similar idea. They're slightly thicker than those really thin plates, but not quite as thick as a normal plate. And they also have a couple of hooks on them that they can attach to a just regular bar. And they just clip on there, and they give you this. And then, okay, so like this is the plate, right? And then they've got these printed tiles on the outside. Get this clean door. It goes perfectly. It's so smooth. It just looks really cool. I love the different techniques that they employed with this build. I really, really, really enjoyed the build. I can't say enough. Like, so much fun. Every time I saw something new, different, I was like, man, this is so fun. And I got myself taking pictures of like, oh, I got to share this. I got to share that. So I will try to remember to throw up all these pictures up on the screen. But man, I had a blast building. The movable steering wheel. I think I took a picture of the steering wheel when I was building it. If not, I'll find it in the directions and I'll throw it up on the screen. But the steering wheel not only moves around in a full circle because it's on a pin. They put it on a Technic style pin so it can spin 360 degrees, but it also goes up and down so that you can adjust it to your height. I thought that was so awesome. I've not seen that in a lot of model cars. So I thought that was great. Yeah. Last thing is super fun, super smooth, and again, no real repetitiveness. You know, obviously it's a car, so left and right are usually going to match. You're going to do left and you're going to do right. But other than that, no real repetitiveness. Spot on build. It just, I can't say enough about how good and how fun this was, and the fact that I didn't need to put stickers on to make it look great was awesome. If I wanted to add stickers and go, hey, I'm going to put number 21 on the side of my car because that's my number, and I want to put Camaro across the windshield or any of these other emblems, Hot Wheels, I can do that. But I don't have to because it looks great on its own. So I loved it. I didn't have to put a single sticker on this car. I was so happy with that. Playability and functions, there's not really any. I mean, you know, the doors open up, the car drives, you know, it's got pretty good weight because of that Hot Wheels plate. I love that. I love that they include these in the set. You can put them in the car or you can throw them on your keychain. I think that's so cool. But no real functions. The steering wheel, again, moves up and down and around, but that's about it. Not a lot to say about playability and functions. That's about all I got. Value. Okay, so I will go and try to do, before I edit this, I will try to find a set of comparable number of pieces. But just in general, I looked at a couple different ones last night there were a similar style car, not exactly the same car, but a similar, which is hard, peeps, similar style car in the Lego Speed Champions. Okay, so this set on Mattel's website was $22. On Target, it was $20. I don't remember the exact math. I checked it last night, but price per piece, they were almost identical. Like, I'm not even kidding. Price per piece for Lego to this was almost identical. However, here's where I'm gonna give the nod to this set over Lego. And that's kind of crazy to say, because they've been doing the Speed Champions for a while, but I get a bonus car. I'm not getting that with Lego, okay? And you're not getting a minifig with Lego, so you can't be like, oh, they give you the minifigs. No, no minifigs, okay? Speed Champions are just a car, just like this. I get a whole die-cast car. I get numerous metal pieces. I get the metal keychain slash, nameplate here on the bottom. It's, again, when you go price per piece and then you look at the extras that you're getting out of this set, I gotta give the nod to Mattel Brickshop. It's, again, if you're not into cars, you're not into cars. You're not gonna care. You're probably not even watching this video. Or maybe you are and you're just bored. But most people who aren't into cars probably aren't gonna care. But if you're into cars, you want to collect cars and stuff like that, and you're like, what is going to give me the best value for my dollar? I'm going to tell you, this is spot on. And Mattel has only got about 9 different sets, I think. I'll check the number before I print this, but I will check it and say what it is. But there's not a ton of sets yet. They're still early. But they've got only one of the top tier, which is the Mercedes, which are already built. And then they've got a couple of the middle tiers, and then this is their bottom tier. I have not built any of the middle tiers, so I can't really speak to those. I would like to hear somebody else's opinions on those. I hope somebody else does a video on those soon. But for this car, I love it. It is so worth my 20 bucks. Now, why is it 22 on Mattel and 20 on Target? I don't know. Also, here's one kind of weird part about Mattel with these sets so far. You can't really just go and get them anywhere. They've put some of them on Walmart. They put some of them on Target. They've put some of them on Amazon. So it's not quite, on that aspect, it's a little easier to do Lego. They're a little more universal. Are they going to expand eventually? I hope so. I hope they make it a little easier to just walk into any Walmart, any store, just pick one up. So far, that's not the case. They're being selective about which sets go to which locations. I don't get that. But I want to say this came out to roughly 6 cents a piece. I have to double check. But either way, again, it was almost identical when I did the math last night to a Lego Speed Champions. And I get a bonus car. And I don't have to put any stickers on it. And you guys know the Lego Speed Champions have tons of stickers. And if you don't put them on, it's probably just going to look like a very plain car. So now the one thing they didn't put in this one is they didn't have the nice little acrylic case like they did with the top tier, the Mercedes. I don't know if they do that with the middle tier cars, because again, I don't have any of those yet. But not a huge deal. I do think it would have given even more value to this set had they just stuck that little case in there. It's this big, it's not that bad. So, but it is what it is. It's $20 for this phenomenal pairing. Yeah, overall, I say the value is so worth it if you're into cars, and especially if you're into muscle cars. I'm not even a green car guy. I love it. It just looks so good. Looks so good. Couple other things I thought about just now that I guess I forgot to take notes on. You know, some build experience stuff. So they do have, as I said, the two different rims. They have this neat little tool that they give you. It looks like a little, you know, just like a little T-bar. And if you want to change your rims, you just pop your rim off. It's just a little, you know, like Technic style pin. And then you shove this little rod in the back of your rim, and then pops it out. And or back of your tire, pops the rim out, and you can swap it out for the other set of rims. Thought that was super neat. What was the other things? Oh, see, I said it. I said oh, and then I just immediately blanked again. Build a build. Oh, so I was trying beforehand to go and look up a 1968 Camaro to see about these fins on the back. I cannot find any out there. It does say, and there is a blurb in the manual that says that these pieces, these little fins, were custom made for this car to match the Hot Wheels fins. Let's pull it up real quick. So the Hot Wheels car has those fins on it, and the build has those fins on it. Now I kind of wish they had matched the color of the fins, but no big deal. But from what I'm gathering, the folks at Hot Wheels came up with this idea. Does that mean they've never existed on any car ever? No. It just means I don't think Chevy ever made a car with these on them. Somebody probably did a custom one at some point. I could be wrong about that as well, though. I told you, I'm not a car guy. I'm not a car historian. I just like what I like. So that being said, I thought that was super neat and different. I do wish they matched the color, but it's not a huge deal. The other thing I did want to bring up, you know, is I did want to bring out the original build that I did. Kind of wanted to show you guys the scale. So again, this was the original top tier Mattel Brickshop car versus the bottom tier, if you will, the Speed Champion style car. So significantly different in size. There again, though, this car definitely had more problems in terms of durability. Like, I don't even want to touch this rear end of the car because I'm afraid things are just gonna fall off. Like, as you can see, I'm grabbing it here in the middle where I know there's a lot of bulk and it's nice and sturdy, but around the edges I won't even touch it because I'm afraid of it. So again, I just want to really reiterate, significant improvement in brick quality from this to this. And again, from the Red Rocket to this, okay? Too loose, too tight, just right. I mean, it's the Goldilocks story. It really, I have to believe that they heard what people said about these original sets, and they said, okay, we need to fix this quick if we're going to be any kind of competitor. Now, I still don't know where they're going. Are they going to just only do cars with Mattel Brickshop and keep doing other themes with Mega Bloks? Are they going to dissolve Mega Bloks and bring those themes into Mattel Brickshop? I haven't seen anything. All I've seen is cars so far. You guys sound off in the comments if you know more than me. But if this is all they do, I'll just be honest. If they got rid of all the other tiers and all they did was this size car, and you get your little bonus car, and they stay at that $20, $22 price range, and they keep putting out cool cars, right? Not just some random nonsense. I would be totally cool with it, but that's just me. You guys might want to see a whole bunch more. There's so many companies now, right? You know, you got your Lego, you got your Lumi Bricks, you got your Fantasy, and you got your Mattel Brickshop. Mega Blocks still exists for now. Les DIY. And there's so many different brick companies out there, and so many of them are getting so good. So if this is their lane, they're just going to do Hot Wheels. I mean, they've got an endless collection of Hot Wheels. Plus, they've got their other line. I said it earlier by mistake, but their other car line, they could just do these for days and days and days. I think if they keep this quality, they are on the right track for a guy like me. But let me know you guys' opinions, what you guys think about it. I want to wrap this review up. I always say I'm not going to make it go too long, and I always go way too long. I'll try to do a quick up close video with my cell phone, splice it in here.
All right, here we go. Starting off the front left, driver's side, front, whatever. Got your beautiful metallic exhausts, those metal rims. Got your hood scoop. See, very, very clean glass, no scratches. A little bit of fingerprints, that's my fault. Here's your front grille. Look at those lovely headlights. Love the printing on the headlights. Coming around the side. And there's the little Hot Wheels car, the match. You can see the logos, everything identical. Even got some printing down underneath the bottom of the door. I'm not really sure what this represents, but I'm sure it's something. The rear tail lights, they did a great job of getting those in there. Love those big chunky tires. Again, that rear window and that rear window scoop. Love all the printing on this. You open up your door here. You can see right in there. Look at that printed. Goodness, I wish it would focus. Look at that. Oh, look at that dashboard. Look at that little steering wheel. You can see the, try to keep it still. The steering wheel spins around. It also goes, sorry about the focus issue, y'all. It goes up and down. I love that. Love these seats. And like I said, you got a little back seat area there. A little shifter. It's just a little ball on a post. This whole area is one chunk, and then it extends out. There's some studs underneath here, and then these tiles clip onto it. And as you can see, it's studded. I mean, yeah, it's got the studs up front, or anti-studs up front, that just press right down in that area. Whole thing looks really, really good. Oh, and the Hot Wheels is taken off. There it is, peeps. Oh, and then on the bottom, you got your official Hot Wheels plate. Of course, I have it upside down. But you guys get the idea.
That's all I've got for today. I hope you guys like this review. I don't know when it's coming out. I already have all my videos through the end of the month. I'm almost considering pushing some of those videos back to November so that I can get this one out ASAP, because I really haven't seen many people review this. I think maybe only one. So I'd like to get my thoughts out there and be part of the Cool Kids Club. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rev those engines and keep rolling, peeps. Holla!